Now, everybody, joining us from Detroit, Michigan, is Tamara. Now, Tamara admits 3 years ago she cheated on her now ex-boyfriend and had an off-and-on one-year affair with a man named James. Now, during that time, Tamara found out she was pregnant with her now 2-year-old daughter, Ariana. Back then, Tamara was in full denial that James could be the father. In fact, she waited over a year and a half after Ariana was born to tell him. And for that reason, James has serious doubts that he's baby Ariana's father. Tamara, here's the twist. You told our producers you don't even really want James to be the father.
My ex is all she know. He been in her life ever since I had her, and he still is.
You admit there were 2 guys in your life around the time you conceived. So what was going on in the relationship with your ex?
We wasn't working out at all. And as we wasn't working out, James had started coming around. And that's when me and James started sneaking around. Stuff got farther in. I ended up pregnant. I kept the whole pregnancy from James. I didn't think he was the father at all. I really thought it was my ex. When Ariana got up to a year old, I see that she had futures of James a lot. So, but she also had futures of my ex. So if people kept saying it was James, baby. I got sick of the rumors and everything. So coming on the show because to make Ariana's life better. She didn't know who her daddy is.
When she was a baby, I don't believe she actually had my futures. I started seeing her like once it came out that it was a possibility. I didn't see the features at first.
She didn't look like James at all. Like I said, it's in between of my ex and James. Like it's certain faces she make that look like my ex, and it's certain ways she act that look like James.
You were confused, but at the same time, your sister, Renetta, she was telling you all along, 2 years ago, right, that this might be James's baby.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
At the same time, though, yeah, you should have told me. Day one, you should have just been like, it's a possibility instead of keeping me in the dark.
You're right. But I also told you, and you still didn't do anything about it. You just left it alone. When I did tell you the situation, you left it alone.
It was a lot of confusion, Maury. At first, I didn't see the similarities. As she got older, then I started seeing like certain similarities. But at first, I just didn't see it, Maury.
What do you think about your sister being on James's side, not your side?
I don't feel like she on James' side. I feel like she on this show because of her niece. She not on nobody's side. I feel like she not. If she is, I feel like she want to know who Ariana's father is. Because I was brought up without no father or anything. I don't feel she is on James' side. I don't feel like she's on James' side at all. I feel like it's all about Ariana and her knowing who Ariana's father is. She already upset. It took 3 years for this to come out.
Have you ever seen Ariana?
I seen Ariana after she was like 1.5, I want to say. I didn't see it at first, but it's now, I see she resembles me now. I see little certain stuff that are questioning,
She got your head, she got everything. I don't see how he don't
Maury,
she got everything there.
Right there, those 2 pictures, Maury, that's a recent picture. I see it now. It could be.
You had a feeling early on that James could be the father. Mm-hmm. Why were you in complete denial?
Because I feel like it's my ex-baby. Like, no, I feel like I have 100% that it's my ex-baby. I don't think James have nothing to do with it. But like I said, I'm confused because she had futures of both of them. So that's why I'm on this show today to see if James the father, because I'm so confused.
You prefer your ex to be Ariana's father because he has been in her life. Has he been a good father to her?
He been, yes, a great good father, yes, from day one. Yes, he has.
So, James, you knew she was with somebody else at the time you all were messing around, right?
Yeah, Maury.
Yeah, he did know I was seeing somebody else. And
this
he knew
thing,
that
Maury.
I was messing with him at the same time.
It wasn't too...
He steady saying that. It's both for our fault, though. Like, you can't just blame it all on me. You at the same time.
Now that you think about it, Maury, yeah, it is both for our fault. I'm mad at her as well. I should be mad at myself.
I hate to say this, but you all were side pieces. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, Maury.
All right.
Yeah. Side pieces, okay.
Can I say something to Renetta?
What do you want to tell her?
I feel like she wrong at the same time because she was going to James saying that, then she coming to me. I feel like she should have brought me out on this show with James because at the same time, I didn't have to come on this show. We could have did it the right way.
Hold on. Renetta, who called the show?
Well, actually, I did. This the story. We was all at Renetta's house, you know. This like not too long ago. We playing cards. We seen your commercial. As a joke, I said, you know what? I'm gonna take you on Maury, Tamara. As a joke, I end up emailing y'all, not thinking I was gonna get contacted.
Right.
And once I got contacted, I'm like, you know what? No, let's take this serious.
Listen, Maury, you see how he said he joking around, but at the same time, I'm so tired of people in my ear. James the father, your ex the father. I'm so tired of hearing that. He said he joking around.
You're not the only one that's going through that though. I go through that
still,
also.
you joking around.
At the same time,
we should have did it the best. We should have did it the best way though.
Renetta.
Yes.
Everybody
Yes,
must understand this situation. You and Tamara are sisters, but at the same
Correct.
time, you're on James's side right now. How come?
To be honest, Maury, I'm not on no one side. I'm only here for my niece. I'm here to represent my niece. My niece deserves the truth.
What do you think the truth is?
I don't know for real because I wasn't there when she was sleeping, you know.
Right, but what about
I think James is the father though, Maury. I really do.
because of the way Ariana looks?
Yes, they have. I mean, come on now, Maury. Look at her. They have so much alike.
Okay.
Look. They face the same. Their complexion, their hair,
But apparently,
everything.
way back, you talked to your sister about the possibility of James being the father.
And yes, I
Way
did because
back.
I seen it then. The first day I seen my niece at the hospital, Maury.
She talked to me.
She
She talked to me about it, but like I said, Ariana also had features of my ex too, so I couldn't just go by what Renetta's saying.
James, if I prove to you that you're the father of Ariana, you're going to get into her life?
if that's my daughter, I would have preferred to be in her life since day one. You know, I
Right.
got a right to know if that's my daughter or not.
Okay.
If that's my daughter, I'm definitely gonna step into her life.
But you prefer that your ex be the father because he's been in Ariana's life for almost 3 years. All right?
I put forth him to be the father too.
The ex.
I think James is the father.
You think James is the father.
Yes,
In the
Maury.
case of 2-year-old Ariana, James, you are not the father.
Yay! Hey! Yay!
Okay, I got something to say.
Happy!
Nah, I
Yay!
got something. Okay, I got something to say. Now you need to stay in your place. Stop being in so much people business. Because like I said, I had 100% James was the father. Stay in your place. And now I want everybody to stop.
But I did say from the beginning though, listen,
It
but
was,
still,
it
I
was
want
a lot of confusion.
Still,
You know what I'm saying?
I want
It was a
everybody to
lot of
respect my
confusion.
name and stay out my business.
So we have the answer.
I never want to hear this again.
You won't from me. You are not the father.